The stipulation has been decided for Roman Reigns' match against King Corbin at the Royal Rumble. This was decided with Roman Reigns facing Robert Roode on SmackDown this week in a tables match. Now, the match started off hot as Roman Reigns was making his entrance. Robert Roode, comes out and attacks him from behind on the ramp. Then during the match, this was it looked actually quite a brutal spot. It's so overdone, the spear through the barricade spot. But Reigns does a run all the way around the ring and goes to spear Robert Roode through the barricade. Roode moves out of the way, and Reigns just absolutely exploded through this barricade. I thought it was nuts. But then again, this is my issue with SmackDown. No logic. Out comes King Corbin being carried to the ring by his minions. He's on his throne. Corey Graves says, "Oh, he's going to have a look. He's going to have the best seat in the house." Now, logic to me would say, why wouldn't King Corbin just get up, help Robert Roode, pick up a fallen Roman Reigns who's just, nearly dislocated his shoulder going through the barricade here, and put him through a table? There's no disqualifications. Easy. I mean, maybe I'm trying to put too much logic into a storyline where there is none. I think that's the problem there. So as always, they teased various table spots throughout the match. Yeah, King Corbin standing on the ramp trying to cheer on Robert Roode, tell him to put him through a table, obviously, because that's the way to win the match, guys. I don't know if you realise that. Reigns is going for a spear, but then King Corbin distracts Reigns, and then in comes Dolph Ziggler and hits sweet chin music, and all three attack Roman Reigns in the ring and try and put him through the announce table. And then Robert Roode climbs to the top. So what I just said, they did later on. I don't get it. I don't get it. So you've had your faction, you've had your group try and put him through a table later on. Why would you do that when he's just about to go for a spear? Why wouldn't you do that when he was down earlier on in the match, if that's been your plan all the way through? It's things like that I think insult the intelligence of the viewer when it comes to this. There's suspension of disbelief when it comes to professional wrestling. I get it. But when it's something where you're watching and you go, there's no logic here. It doesn't make any sense. And that wasn't even the start of it. We didn't actually get to the stipulation yet. So as Roode climbs to the top, he's going to apparently do a Shane McMahon elbow drop to the outside through the announce table. Spoiler, it was never going to happen. I don't think I've ever seen Robert Roode do that. I know he's got some making up to do from his wellness violation, but turning into Shane McMahon is probably not the best way to do that. Out come the Usos to make the save. The Usos, they clean house, super kicks. They jump off the barricade through Dolph Ziggler on the announce table, and then Reigns spears Robert Roode through the table for the victory. And then post-match, he announces that, quote, "Baseball stadiums are big, so I'm going to kick your butt all over the baseball stadium. It's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match." Where is the logic in that match? I don't get it. I don't get it. I said previously that it felt like the stipulations for the Daniel Bryan Fiend match and this match were backwards. If the whole storyline, you're gonna persist that this is the big dog, and you've put him, eating dog food, or you've put dog food over him. You had the guy come out in the dog suit. You had the Titantron, which had the puppies barking to Roman Reigns' theme tune. Sure, you've pushed home so hard, dog, 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 which has been awful. It's not been good, but at least stick to your convictions, stick to your guns here. But you push home dog, dog, dog. Why wouldn't you make that a strap match, or a version of it a dog collar match, if that's what you want to go for? Full Count Anywhere match. Where's the logic? It just seems I was so confused at the end of this. You started off this feud, a TLC match, to a Falls Count Anywhere match. And the logic you use is that our baseball stadiums are big. That's just lazy. That's lazy. You're scraping, you're reaching for trying to find some logic into an illogical booking decision. It just didn't make any sense. After all of this, however long this storyline's been going on for, seemingly for months, your payoff is a Falls Count Anywhere match? Where's the payoff? How does that respond to the humiliation that Roman Reigns has endured from King Corbin? they talk about how humiliating, how degrading he's been, and how you gonna respond to that? I'll false count anywhere. Why? Oh, because I can beat you up all over the building. It just seems stupid. It seems stupid. Now, there was rumours they were going to go with a loser eats dog food match, and of course I'm glad they didn't go with that. I have no doubts the match should be fine. The match should be good. It'll be fun to see them doing the match all over the baseball stadium, however far they do go. But it just doesn't make any sense, and that's the problem with SmackDown since it's moved to Fox. It doesn't make any sense. There's no logic, and the show on SmackDown started so well with the Fiend and Kane and Daniel Bryan promo. It then had the Big E John Morrison match, which I thought was excellent, but then it just slowly, slowly died. This show, and every time I watch SmackDown at the moment, I think of how much money Fox is paying. When Seth Rollins cashed in the Money in the Bank contract on Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 31 and he won the WWE Championship, Michael Cole is famous for calling it the heist of the century. That is no longer factually accurate. The heist of the century is Vince McMahon getting Fox to pay $1 billion for this SmackDown show. They must be looking at their accountants, looking at this show, going, what the hell did we buy? Because this is on essentially a sports network. They're promoting the NFL during this and talking about championship games leading to the Super Bowl. And then you have some of this illogical storytelling. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Like I said, the match would be great, but it's just so stupid.